So in the studio we have Thaddeus Phillips.
Capsule 33, it takes place in the Nakakin Capsule Tower in Tokyo that's made of all these little pods that are attached to a central structure by only 4 bolts. And the idea is the pods would be replaced every 25 years with new updated ones. But they were never replaced, so the people who live there still have reel-to-reel tape decks and old TVs in there and stuff. And so we used that real building. We put a mostly true story of a Serbian, my friend's uncle, who wants to remain anonymous because he's very interesting guy. But we used his real life story to create a Serbian character named Milo, who lives in this capsule tower, and he escaped the war and he's tired of life, and so he doesn't want to move anywhere else. So when they're going to blow up the building, he's going to stay. So the play is about his last day in the building, and there's a narrator character who's an electrical worker who's setting up the building to be imploded. And so it's actually, in a way, for how complicated it is, very simple. Because you just follow this guy's last day in this pod.
But it also sort of addresses the idea of sustainability and recycling and things like that as well, because not only is electricity off the grid, but the set, it's everything in the set is recycled too, or?
Well, I mean, it recycled in different ways. Like some things were in a scene shop that were in the trash pile. So there's some really dangerous, horrible materials that we reused instead of getting put in the trash.
Okay.
And there's other stuff that are recycled. So it's that kind of recycling.
Should we be concerned about our health after having seen the show?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I mean talking about like aluminum or whatever. Standard things that would be in a refrigerator.
Right.
Yeah. And you guys are very far from that.
Okay, yeah.
So it was just repurposing it. So instead of sending it to the dump, we used it to build the set. And
what are you going to do with the set when you strike this show?
Well, this show's on tour, so it'll go to a theater in Colorado.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the show that we saw, the same materials, you're going to ship up and just go take that to all the other theaters?
Yeah, of course.
That's fantastic. Because you really have a zero carbon footprint.
I mean but we got to get it out there. I mean, when you start talking about zero carbon, then people like Andrew get up on your case about like Shakespeare and stuff.
Well, yeah. So he's a great environmentalist.
Yeah.
If you
he's going to take the space shuttle. That's how they're going to ship the stage stuff using the space shuttle via Mars.
No, I want to take what's his name, the Virgin Atlantic.
Oh, yeah,
that ship, the new ship that goes above the ionosphere.
Yes,
the Richard Branson ship.
Oh, yeah.
There's that spaceport in New Mexico.
That's a really good way to defrizz your hair too.
Yeah,
you get out of the ionosphere, and you're really in a good place.
So Capsule 33 is your newest piece. Have you always worked with sort of scientific modes of working in the theater? Not scientific, but more like technological, No? Yeah?
I mean, it depends. No, we've done another show we just toured to most recently Albuquerque and Serbia, of all places. Was called Flamingo Winnebago.
The Albuquerque Serbia circuit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a common
quite
route.
Standard, yeah. It was called Flamingo Winnebago, and that's live on stage. We have the band from Albuquerque called Les Chat Lunatique. It's a gypsy jazz band, and then 3 actors, and it's done on a very large stage, and it's about a little Indian guy who he realizes we're going to run out of gas, oil. So in thematically, there's some similarities, but it's like a big show and with a lot of video and a whole voyage across the United States. So it feels very different. So in a way, there's a through line in all of our shows, but there's also very big differeces on the size and aesthetically how they look and feel.
It seemed like the ecological issues addressed by the show were brought to bear thematically by the story, not so much. It didn't seem forced. It wasn't like you were doing like Hannah and her sisters, but like low carbon impact Hannah and my sisters. Like you were just it jumped from the source material.